Welcome everybody, my name is Tom Laughlin, I'm Chair of the Department of Theater and Dance, and with me, you can see on your left Mr. Alex Grayson, and on your right Ms. Mary Ryan. These are two of the cast members for the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is opening in a very short time. We're recording this on preview night, which is Thursday, and it's going to be opening tomorrow. So I do like to get some of the cast members in here to express themselves and talk a little bit about the show. So we'll talk with Mary first, because she's the senior.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So, Mary, tell us how the show's going and what your experience has been so far.
Well, I believe the process overall has been fairly smooth. We haven't run into a lot of major bumps. As far as the cast getting off book and learning their music, we did that very efficiently. I think most of us are overachievers in the cast. And I really think that the technical elements to the show, the lighting and the set and the costume design, are working in tandem just beautifully, and I really think it's helping to enhance the overall experience of the show.
Good. Can you give us a little bit of a synopsis of the story for people who aren't too familiar with Putnam County Spelling Bee here?
Okay. It's a pretty simple storyline. It's about a bunch of adolescents. They're not quite children, more junior high age, and they enter in the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee in hopes to win.
And who are you in the show?
I am Rona Lisa Peretti. I run the Spelling Bee. It's my 9th year doing it, and I love absolutely everything about it and cannot get enough of it. So I read little factoids about each speller as they come up. So it's my show.
That's your show. Okay. You're in control,
That's what she thinks anyway.
Okay, that's good. And so, Alex, this is your first show here. You're new to the department, new to us. You're a transfer student, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and where'd you come from?
Genesee Community College in Batavia, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so, give us your take on the show so far as a sort of a newcomer, first timer. What do you think?
Well, the show itself, I find truly funny. Like Mary said, it's a bunch of kids, in the throes of adolescence. They're at that breaking point, kind of getting into this, being a teenager, experiencing puberty, and all the awkwardness of it. It's just a lot of competition in its purest form. I think that the whole process of being in the show, it's just been amazing, because I've never been in a production where we've had every aspect of the team being there, with costuming, set design, the director and the actors all being able to be there from the beginning to the end, just working like a well-oiled machine. I think that that's really amazing. It's been a great experience.
And give us some idea of your character, your role in the show. What do you do?
I play Mitch Mahoney, who is an ex-con. He is on parole, and he is doing community service at the Spelling Bee, and he is the comfort counselor. So he gives people a hug in a juice box and just makes sure that they don't have a breakdown afterward, and kind of brings it back to reality. And the understanding that it's a competition, it's kind of like a game, it's not the end of the world if you lose at the Spelling Bee. You still have a life after that.
Oh, good. So we get a lesson.
There is a lesson.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Always like to come away from the theater with a lesson. Do you have a particular number that you like, one that you sing? What are you featured in?
I sing the prayer of the comfort counselor, which is it's a little bit of a soulful gospel piece. I like that a little bit. I really enjoy the I Love You song, which comes up later in the show. And there are some other pieces that I don't really do too much, but there are a lot of ensemble parts that I enjoy quite a bit as well.
And how about you, Mary? What number have you got? What are you featured in? And
I sort of have little mini numbers scattered throughout the whole show. They're called Rona Moments, which I think is a very funny name. And they're just little parts where she has these points in time, and she's so overwhelmed by what's happening, she just has to sing about it.
Oh.
Isn't that funny? That happens in musicals.
Yeah.
So I have the 3 Rona moments, and then a lot of little solo lines here and there and ensemble stuff, and also the I Love You song, which I'm very fond of.
Good. What's been there's always challenges for young actors and things that they're taking on that are challenges for them. So, let me ask you, Mary, just being in this show, we'll start with you. What was the big challenge you saw going into the show?
This has been a very big challenge for me overall. It's balancing comedy and reality. And this show is very, very difficult as an actor because it's constantly jumping around from characters' dream sequences which don't affect the rest of the characters in the show, and also some moments that are indeed very real. And it's been very difficult to transition in and out of those while also maintaining some lightheartedness. It's very difficult to ground all of that in reality.
Mm-hmm. And Alex, same question. What's been the biggest challenge for you in the show?
I'd have to say staying connected to the realism of it and the fantasy, the funny moments. There's so much funny stuff going on, and my character definitely is kind of that link to reality, that person who's there as kind of an observer who's not completely affected by everything, but is still affected because just like the audience, he sees the ridiculousness of the situations, and dealing with those strange dream sequences, and being affected and being part of these big dance numbers that obviously have us going into another world, and just being aware of those different levels. It is challenging, and also kind of just being still, because I definitely enjoy moving around, and there's a requirement in this show to sort of be still and not do too much, but still be active and alive on the set. So
yeah, that's always a challenge.
It is.
I know I have that myself occasionally. There's a lot of audience interaction, I understand, in the show. Either of you care to talk about what that's about?
Yeah, I'll talk about it a
Good.
little bit. We have people there called audience facilitators, and they've been helping us out a lot in rehearsals. And their job is to choose 4 audience members to actually come up on stage and compete in the spelling bee. And what completes that picture is that there is no 4th wall in this show. The audience, who is actually sitting in the seats, are a part of the show. They are the spelling bee audience. So it's an interesting reflection of the audience being on stage and also in the seats, which is a challenge, but fun.
So people who come to the show might be expected to actually get on stage and spell words.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you?
If they don't want to, we're not going to force anyone. They're looking for very particular types of people. So we're not looking to make anyone not enjoy their theatrical experience.
Okay.
And we also have the hope that, and faith in the audience facilitators, that we get spellers who will be on their best behavior and allow the show to run smoothly.
Now, good. Tell them not to choose me. How do you prepare for that? How do you prepare for the reality that there's going to be 4 people on the stage whom you've never seen before, and all of a sudden you're on stage, and you're trying to act a show while there's these 4 strangers also intermingling. And you've probably had, I'm sure your cast members and your audience facilitators in rehearsal have played those roles, but how do you prepare for the real thing? Is that enough?
Lately, we've actually been having random students who happen to be in the building during call time come in and do that.
Mm-hmm.
My partner in crime behind the desk, one of the other adult characters, we have gotten used to doing a lot of improvisation throughout the show, and just knowing that we have each other's backs, we have a system, and we will make it go smoothly, even though if we might have to ad-lib lines to make it go smoothly.
Okay. Alex, for you?
I kind of have an easier job than a lot of people in this show, because it's just a reaction thing. I take what I get. Sometimes that involves me chasing people down, before they run off the stage, because I give them a hug and a juice box. I need to give more hugs, but I do what I can. If I need to run, I run, and just go with the flow. I hope that something happens that's unexpected. I think that makes the whole experience for the audience and for the actors, more fruitful. So
Good.
We'll see what happens.
Well, and that's what always is the motto in theater, right? We'll see what happens. Mary, Alex, thank you very much for joining us. That's the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, opening October 21st, 22nd at 8 o'clock, 23rd, that's a Sunday at 2 p.m., and then the following weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, also all shows there are 8 p.m. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate your time.
Thanks.